to the Pink Palm Report Halftime Show 2020. Yes, friends, week 27 is the halfway mark of this year, and June is now behind us. So for those of you joining us for the first time, I'll explain. This video was something I put together in order to attempt to respond with data, of course, to the question that you're all asking me every single time we run into each other or we talk by phone. And that question is, how's the market? And by how's the market, I'm pretty sure what you really mean is, Rochelle, how is the Boca Raton real estate market when it comes to luxury properties? What's happening with my home, right? Of course, we all want to know what's happening in our own backyard. So anywho, you'll see some data points here on the screen, little teeny tiny font. You probably can't read it from here, but that is the full market report, which is available if you want to head over to pinkpalm.com. So this video is meant to serve as an overview of some market metrics and some numbers that we think are meaningful. I'm going to wait until the end of the video to give you my conclusions about these numbers, of course. If you'd like to take a look at the entire report, head over to pinkpalm.com/report. And if you want to talk about your personal situation, I'd be happy to talk with you, of course. My phone number is 561-500-PINK, 561-500-PINK. Okay, so just to my right, we have a chart of numbers. This is a new feature to the weekly market report video. This is the monthly overview. This one happens to be, ta-da, for the month of June. Last year, our median listing price was just over $1.6 million, and this year, that median listing price is just over $1.8 million. That's an increase of 9% year over year. The median selling price is also up 9% year over year, last year being about 1.5 and change. This year, the median selling price being over $1.6 million in our luxury segment. The average selling price last year was just over $1.7 million, and this year it's over $2.1 million average selling price. That's an increase of 23%. Meanwhile, the average selling price, what the property actually sold for last year, was over $1.5 million. This year, for a luxury condominium, the average sold price is over $1.9 million. That's an increase of 26% year over year. Our average days on market are up 185%. For negotiability, we're down 18%. Last year, we were seeing people getting 12% on average off of the asking price, and this year we're seeing people getting an average of 10% off of the asking price. In terms of sales volume, we are down 20% year over year. Last year, we had 81 sales in that 12-month period, and this year we've had 61 closed sales. All right, here we see the single family matrix. Let's have a look at these numbers. The median listing price last year was just over $1.8 million, and this year it's almost $2.3 million. That's a substantial increase year over year. We're looking at 25%. Meanwhile, the median selling price last year was $1.7 million, and this year we are up 17% with a median selling price over $2 million. Our average listing price last year was over $2.3 million. This year it's over $2.9 million for our average listing price. That's an increase of 22% on our average list. In terms of that average actual sold price, last year we were looking at $2.1 million, and this year we're looking at about $2.5 million. And that's a solid increase of 20% year over year. In single family homes, our days on market are actually down. Inventory is up, days on market is down. Our negotiability, meanwhile, is slightly up. Last year we were looking at 11% on average off of the asking price, and this year we're looking at 12% on average, a reduction. Last year, for that 12-month cycle, we had about 290 closed sales, and this year we've had about 304. So likewise, sales volume is up in our single family luxury sector. That's an increase of 4% year over year. Okay, let's take a look at our activity overview, which our long-term watchers are very familiar with. This is rapid fire, so data will be up here on the screen, and I'll speak a little bit quickly. This week in Boca Raton luxury condos, we had 10 new listings, 2 new contracts signed, 3 canceled sales, and 2 closed sales. That brings us to a grand total of 127 luxury condos on the market. Last week, we had 123. In terms of single-family homes, this week we had 15 new luxury properties hit the market. We had 12 new contracts signed, we had 12 listings canceled, and we had 9 closed sales. This brings us to a total of 324 luxury single-family homes on the market. Last week, we had 333. So what does all of this mean to you? It's the question on everyone's mind, right? What does this mean to me, Rochelle? Well, I'm happy to tell you the answer that you definitely don't want to hear, which is, it depends. It really, really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So if you say to me, hey, I would like to sell my estate single-family luxury home and downsize into a condominium, this may be a really, really good time to do that. If you say to me, I'd like to cycle out of my 20-year-old condominium that needs renovations and find a move-in ready, perfect waterfront home at a steep discount, you may want to hold up on that. If you're looking for a luxury property to rent and you're coming down from New York, yeah, that's a really tough one right now. So it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So what we see from the numbers is that our average prices, our median prices in terms of asking and in terms of closed sales, they're all up dramatically year over year. Meanwhile, negotiability, not huge changes in terms of negotiability from condos or single family homes. In condos, you're looking at about 10% off of ask, and in single family homes, it's about 12%. So not a ton of difference year over year. In terms of days on market, we are seeing a slightly longer period of time that a house has to be on market before selling. So all of this to say our inventory is down in single family homes. It's up in condominiums rather. Average prices are up. It's a pretty stable market. It's very difficult to say what exactly is going to happen into Q3 and Q4, but all signs point to very stable and appreciating prices, which I think for most people who are in the position to want to sell a home is really good news. For buyers, you know, the stable marketplace is a good thing. You have a nice, healthy market you're going into. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this data. I'd love to hear in your comments if there's something you'd like to hear about in these weekly reports. I'd be happy to add it. As a matter of fact, that's where the idea for this very video came from. So if you like what you see, I hope you'll also consider subscribing. If you want the full market report, head over to pinkpalm.com reports, and we will make sure that you get that. Thanks again for watching. I'm Rochelle LeCavalier, bringing you the very best of Boca Raton luxury real estate. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Right over here, there's a button that says subscribe. Pretty self-explanatory. Hit that button, subscribe, and just next door there's a bell. Click that as well, and you will be notified each and every time I upload a new video. We have the series Tuesday Tours, we have Boca 360, and all sorts of market reports and other useful information for you about the Boca Raton luxury real estate market. If you have a few minutes, I hope you'll stick around and check out a couple more of my videos. After all, I made them for you. Right here, it's a Tuesday Tours episode, and just here, a market report. I'm Rochelle LeCavalier, bringing you the very best of Boca Raton luxury real estate. Hope to see you soon.